And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this very special edition of New Distributor Training. My name's Fred Holmes. I'm excited to be able to provide the training this morning. In a little bit, I'm going to be joined with one of our business partners, Holland, who's going to assist me. And today is kind of special because we're in that, that mad rush, if you will, for the full integration with Isogenics industry leader. And the title of today's training, Step by Step, How to Launch Your Isogenics Business. So let me do this first. I want to welcome all of you, in particular those of you that are our new distributors. Maybe you've just recently gotten started, or maybe you've been working with us for a little while, or perhaps you're not yet a distributor, but you're seriously considering it and you wanted to see what kind of resources were available to you to help support you in the development of your business. And I want to tell you, from my heart, one of the greatest parts of our type of business is that the way it works the best is when the people that have been down the path, have learned how to, create the environment to develop a home-based business, to support, other people, both in terms of, their health and wellness, weight management, improved, immune system, vitality, through the sharing of our products, or helping people to, develop their business so that they can start to take back control of their financial life. The very best part of this business is the people that have gone to the higher levels of success have done so only because they've taught others how to do the same. And so one of the things that I think is probably the most comforting, if you will, about this exciting opportunity to start your own home-based business is to be fully confident that there are others out there that are not only interested in helping you, they will do whatever they can to support your efforts, because by doing so, that's what creates opportunity for us. Okay, that's one of the things I learned extremely early on, 35 years ago, when I left my previous career as a cross-country truck driver to get involved in this kind of business. One of the things that really made me feel good was to know that the most successful people in the profession were there only because they shared their knowledge, they helped support and develop the people that were just starting out. That's the nature of our business. So I want to go through several things very quickly here. I want to give you a game plan. I'm going to bring Christine over to help me with the numbers so you can get an idea of the kinds of incomes that are available to you. But I'm going to encourage you right now, if you haven't done so, grab your journal. Okay, grab your notebook, your notepad, whatever it is you're using to take notes. Start that process right now. Over the years, I've accumulated, well, in the beginning, when I first started in the industry, this is back in the mid 80s, I couldn't afford these fancy, leather-bound journals. They look really cool. They got the little gold foil page, edges like your Bible, and, the little stringy thing that goes in there. I couldn't afford those, but I could afford these spiral-bound notebooks. And these things, I'll tell you what, and I still use them today for, preparing my training notes for the various meetings and so on that I do. And I really encourage you to start archiving that information. An awful lot of what I share with you comes from some of those original, the foundational trainings that help me build my career in this industry. And so grab your journal. I want to give you an outline of step by step what you need to do to launch your new business. Now, step one, and this is going to seem kind of odd to you because, many of you right now got your note paper, you go, okay, step one, what do I do? Folks, the first thing you need to do is not really do anything, okay? What you need to do is to take some time, step number one, and establish why you are building a business. Okay, you're going to have to just trust me on this one right now. It didn't make sense to me in the early days because I didn't need to have this first step. I already had this first step in place, but it is going to be the most important thing you'll ever do in developing your business. Step number one is to establish why you're building a business. Write this in your notes. Why is more important than how. And again, that kind of flies in the face of traditional thought processes. But trust me on this. Why you need to build this business is going to be way more important than how you do it. You talk to 10 different successful distributors, and every single one of them will have a different why. Every single one of them will have had a different path to their success. Now, what they have in common is that number one, they established a why. Why became the most important part of their success. They all did a similar system, a similar process. Okay, they may have gotten there through different directions. That's one of the powers of network marketing, is it can be as unique as the individual. How you do this can be, unique to you. But the system is based upon a simple process of duplication. And the minute you move right or left of that center line, you start, losing some of your momentum. So start with why. When I first started in this industry, and again, this goes back 35 years ago, I was a cross-country truck driver. I was working really hard. I mean, I was doing everything I could to create high-level income because I was, as a relatively young man, certainly a lot younger than now, I was faced with a dilemma. I had my elder boy, my older son, was entering school age, had a lot of educational challenges, and the school district was not going to provide the resources that I knew he needed because they didn't believe he had the potential to succeed. I believed he did. And for me to fulfill on the promise that every parent has to have to provide for their child, it was going to be necessary for me to come up with, huge amounts of money to provide those educational resources to my son that he needed to be able to achieve all that he could be. And, I wasn't able to rely on the government. I couldn't rely on the school district. I couldn't rely on family or friends or whatever. I had to do it myself. And so why I had to succeed in my first network marketing venture was so huge. It drove me to continue to learn, to get better, to stay with it, and to learn the tools that are necessary to be successful in our kind of business. There was no obstacle, no challenge. There was nothing that was going to keep me from doing that thing to take care of my son, no matter how tough things got. And I will tell you that if you heard the real story, the story behind the story, my first 2 years in network marketing, I'll tell you right now, you'd agree with me, there isn't one person in 10,000 that would have done what I had to do in those first 2 years. Okay, however, because I did 2 years, the following 33 years have been phenomenal. And so what I'm sharing with you is don't overlook this step. Okay, make this the most important step. Why do you need to be successful in your home-based business? Is your reason for being here to create an additional income stream, to save for a down payment on the house? Well, make that your why. That's an important step for a lot of families. Maybe it's to save, to create a college fund for your children as they're going to be going to college. That's a very important thing. It's got to be more than just the money. Oh, I'd like to have an extra, $200 or $300 a week. What's that? Okay. Why do you want the extra $200 or $300 a week? So that I can live a little bit nicer lifestyle, take my children on a little nicer vacation, provide for my spouse, a little nicer lifestyle, whatever it is, that $200 or $300 a week with continued consistency of your daily method of operation can become, $400 or $500 or $600 a week. Now, all of a sudden, you're now starting to replace one of the parents' income. So maybe you can have one of the parents stay home with the children, have a more traditional lifestyle. Find something that is so important so empowering to you that it will cause you to get up in the morning and do the things that you committed to doing to build your business. Okay. And for some of you, I'm going to encourage you to dream really, really big. In today's world with the, the zombie apocalypse that's, engulfed the entire world, I'm reaching out to people, I'm talking with people, I'm hearing all kinds of things. People are afraid of what's going to happen to their income. People are depressed because they cannot get out and do the things that they're accustomed to doing. There's a lot of fear and trepidation in the world. And for me, while I did not anticipate what is happening today, I did not anticipate what was going to happen, to my mother 3.5 years ago. I did not anticipate, a change in my lifestyle, 12 years ago when it was time to come home and take care of my mom. I did not anticipate the need to be able to not work and still have residual income when it was time to, stop working and help my younger son raise his first child. I didn't anticipate any of those things. But what I did do 35 years ago is I set on a path to be able to take control of my life. And folks, all I can tell you right now is that more so than ever before, at least in the time that I've been alive on this planet, people are open to finding ways to take back control of their life so that the circumstances that are around us do not have to impact our home. Okay. I had a conversation with a very dear friend of mine, who was actually one of my distributors from my second company back in the mid 80s and 90s. And he's done very, very well in life. And we were talking, he's already retired. And we were kind of, chatting. It's kind of funny. This hasn't really impacted us. Okay. Nothing has changed in my schedule. Actually, my income continues to go up progressively over the last 3 months that we've had the zombie apocalypse, on the news every single day. My income has gone up progressively every single month. He's retired. He's financially very, very, very well set. We don't have any of those challenges. We don't have to worry about going to work. We don't have to worry about employees. We don't have to worry, about, much of anything other than, being safe, social distance, right? Elbow bumps. By the way, I need somebody come up with one of those emojis that's an elbow bump, because we got the fist bump and the high five and stuff like that. So, if you come up with that, remember, was my idea. So step number 1, establish why and write it down. Get one of your notebooks, write it down. Write down why you want to be successful and have it be meaningful to you. It doesn't have to be, astronomical levels of income. $200 or $300 a week could change the lives of most Americans. That's an extra $10,000, $15,000 a year. So establish why. Number 2, set some goals. Okay. And this is simple. And this part just escapes me why people don't get this. Everybody today has heard that, the people that have written goals are in the top 3% of the world. And those that don't are in the 97%. And the top 3% control the financial resources equivalent to 97%. Everybody knows that. Okay. Everybody's heard that. So why don't you do it? All right. Well, start today. Here's my suggestion. Again, have some written goals. Start with a 30-day goal, okay? 30 days, and set some meaningful goals, okay? They could be goals of activity. I'm going to put in an hour a day to my my new business, and I'm going to do that for 30 days, okay? That's a great goal. I'm going to, create, $500 in income in my first 30 days. That's a great goal, all right? I'm going to develop, 5 customers and 2 distributors in my first 30 days. Great goals. Okay. The important thing is have the goal. Okay. The most essential part of a journey is knowing where you're going. Okay. You can't get there from here if you don't know where there is. So set some goals. My suggestion, 30-day goals. They can be fairly modest because you need to develop some momentum. A 90-day goal, that's just simply a progression of, 3 30-day game plans. Then a year goal. Now, your year goal, in my personal opinion, should be something significant enough that at the end of a year, from a financial, I talk about money, but that's just because how you keep score, right? It's the numbers. It's the numbers, right? You got to have some, definitive or quantitative way of analyzing your performance. That 1 year goal should be something significant enough to justify what you did for the previous year. Whether you committed to putting one hour a day into your business, 2 hours a day into your business, at the end of 365 days, what would be an acceptable level of income to have justified that amount of involvement? And if you think about it, what's your hourly wage right now? Okay, assuming you still got your job, right? And the shutdown didn't kill you, right? What's your hourly wage right now? Okay, times 1 hour a day, times 360 days, 365 days, 66 days this year, I guess. And what is that amount? That could probably be a pretty good goal, because what you really would have done is you would have been able to add another 12.5% to your annual income. 1 extra hour versus the 8 hours a day that you would normally have worked. Pick an annual goal that is sufficient to have justified your time. Now, here's the last thing I'm going to suggest on goals. And this is probably going to be more important than all of them. Establish a 5-year goal. And here, I don't want you to tune me out if you came here to build that, additional income stream, that $200 or $300 a week. That's a powerful goal. That's a powerful, powerful result for, the vast majority of people in America. If you could make that extra $10,000 or $15,000 a year, that would change everything. But I also want you to think a little bit bigger than that. The fastest growing, area demographic in our country today is people preparing for retirement. And, and I've recently talked with a couple of people who are doing that, and they're thinking in terms of what do they got to do to be able to sustain a lifestyle somewhat near what they have today. The real big thinkers are, how do I, keep the same lifestyle I have today? But most people are thinking in terms of when they retire, cutting back. Let's make sure the cars are paid off. Let's make sure the house is paid off. Let's make sure that we've got enough money that we don't become a burden on our children and, in our older years. And to me, that's kind of sad. Don't you plan to live longer than, the car that you just paid off? I hope you do. And see, that's the fastest growing segment of our population is people that are preparing for retirement. A 5-year game plan with our business could change everything dramatically. I can just speak to that from my own personal experience. In my first 5 years with ZJ, changed everything in just a relatively short period of time. Now, here's the second fastest, demographics: the millennials, the Gen Xers, and think about this for a minute. If you're in that group of people, where do you want to be in 10 years? 10 years from now, a lot of 20-somethings are going to be 30-somethings. A lot of 30-somethings are going to be 40-somethings. Where do you want to be 10 years from now? I guarantee you it's not going to look like what you're going to have, right? Because if you think about it, I don't care who you are, talk to a guy, an old guy like me, I can tell you where you're going to be 10 years from now, okay, in terms of lifestyle and that sort of thing, if you don't change, okay? Given what you got, if you don't change, I can tell you where you're at. So establish some goals. Number 2, write them down. Number 3, create a list. Now we're starting to get to the doing part. Create a list. Create a list of what? People to talk to. That's our business. That's all we do. We share our product, we share our income opportunity, and we teach others to do the same. And it starts by sharing the message of our great products, sharing the message of an opportunity to create financial security and financial independence. But you got to have a list of people to talk to. Now, I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm going to move right on, but I do want to point out, if you're looking for resources on how to, more in depth on how to do things like creating a list, I want you to go to my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is www.fredholmes, www.youtube.com/FredHolmesEja. youtube.com/FredHolmesEja. And that's where you're going to find all the archived, Thursday night Biz Talks presentations, the Saturday morning new distributor trainings, and so on. You'll find all those there, but there's a playlist tab that you're going to want to look at. That playlist tab will give you, my humble opinion, invaluable support for the development of your business. Okay, you're going to find a 30-minute video on how we do what we do. Okay, new distributor training. Everything that I've ever learned about the fundamentals of creating a home-based business and network marketing is there. You'll find a short 10-minute video on how to develop a prospect list using a memory jogger. I encourage you to look at that, because if you don't do it the way the professionals do, your list of people to talk to will be 5 or 10 people. If you follow this simple little system that I share in about 10 minutes on that video, you'll have 80, 100, 200, whatever. And I want to point out something here, because you will be bombarded by people trying to sell you their programs, how to generate leads online, have 47 people leads every single day overnight without doing anything. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't work. I'm just saying I've never done it. And I'm also saying I've made a lot more money than the people trying to sell you their program. Okay, so take it for what it is. So create a list. That's step number 3. Number 4, develop a DMO. DMO is daily method of operation. You want to start getting consistent about building a business. If you only show up at your job, okay, here's a good example. Everybody's got a job. Everybody knows what time they show up. Got to be there at 8 o'clock Monday morning, and got to be there at 8 o'clock Tuesday morning and Wednesday, and so on. Okay, if you don't do that, do you still get paid? Answer, no, right? Okay, well, I was about to say something mean, like unless you work for the government, but there's probably people who work for the government. They work really hard. Some of them do. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk away from that one. Yeah, if you don't show up for work, guess what happens? You don't get paid. Okay, if you own a business, you got a store downtown, hardware store, whatever it is, dress store, whatever. If your store hours say Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, but you don't open up the store on Monday, how much money did you make? None. If you don't open it on Tuesday, how much money did you make? None. If you don't open it until Friday, even though your store hours said Monday through Friday, if you don't open until Friday, how much money do you make? Some of you are going to say, some. And I'm going to say, none. Because anybody that was going to come into your store that came in Monday, you were closed. Tuesday, closed. By the time Wednesday came along, I said, forget this, I'll go find another store. Okay? Consistency of effort and persistency, doing it over and over and over again. That's the key to success. These are the kinds of things, because I didn't have any special attributes or experience or talents or what have you when I started in this industry. What I did have was the capacity to be consistent for a prolonged period of time. That's what made me a truck driver. Okay, there was a prolonged period of time I ran a sleeper team run by myself. Sleeper team run, that's where 2 guys are in the truck, one sleeps, one drives to keep the truck running around the clock. I did that by myself. That was a key to me making a lot more money than an individual truck driver, because I was very good at doing the deal all the time for as long as was necessary. Consistency of effort combined with persistency. Do it long enough. That's the key to success. I mean, if I had to share one single reason why I've been able to create the financial, security and the abundance that this profession has brought to me, that's it. It's certainly not my good looks. It's certainly not my, speaking ability or training ability or whatever. It's just that I've been real consistent, and I've done it for as long as was necessary. So develop a daily method of operation. Are you going to work 1 hour a day in your new business? Great. What hour is that going to be? Schedule it, commit to it, show up. Are you going to work 2 hours? Great. When will those 2 hours occur? 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Then commit to it and do it consistently over a prolonged period of time. But create a daily method of operation. Set your schedule the night before. Don't wake up in the morning to figure out what you're going to do for your business, okay? Establish it the night before. Wake up. If you're looking for, some, a little bit more involvement in, information on daily method of operation, go to my YouTube channel again. From that homepage, you'll see a search box. Just search DMO, and you'll see over, a number of different trainings I've talked about that topic. Number 5, here's the plan, okay? This is the doing part. The Isogenics phrase is you share, they share. Share the products with a couple of people, help them share the products with a couple of people. And if you follow that simple routine, get 2 people and help them get 2 people, and then you keep on doing that, that's the key to immediate income, immediate profitability, and long-term financial success if you keep repeating the process. And to help me right now explain that, I'm going to bring over Christine. Christine, here's your heads up. I'm going to bring you over to this side. And I'm really excited to have, well, a lot of you know, Christine is one of my favorite people. We've, whether we're working together or whether, we're socializing together, she's just a really, really fun gal. You cannot help but have a, hey, Christine, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm doing well. You're looking great in your home office.
Yes, got all my stuff behind me there.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't move too far to the left because I want you to see all the junk that I got packed up there.
Yeah, that's the other option, right? You just place everything so you can hide it behind yourself.
Exactly right. I like the Start hoodie. That's killer. I like that a lot.
NYKO.
I'm sorry?
I got it at NYKO when I
went. NYKO. Very good. Very good.
Gotta use the lingo.
You got this down. Now you're understanding why I asked Christine to be here, because she's like so on top of this. First things first, I want to announce that Christine Holland has become the team's newest Crystal director as of last night.
Woo-hoo.
Yay!
It's exciting. It's fun.
It is exciting. And
look, I'm
what
so
that means, 2 things. Well, I got to tell you, like I said, whenever you get to a convention, once we start doing conventions again, go find Christine and Troy. They're fun people. You can't help but have a good time. There are no negative people around these folks. It's exciting for 2 reasons. Number 1, because you helped, 2 people, 4 people become, help me out with this. How many people did you help become consultants?
To be director?
To be director.
6.
6. She has helped 6, there we go, 6 people become consultants within the Isogenics compensation plan. That's exciting. And by virtue of her willingness to help these other people, she made a lot of money in the process. Okay?
And so did they.
And so did they. So let's do this. Let's start out with a real simple illustration. To launch a business in Isogenics, the first thing you want to do is you want to help, share with 2 people. And let's say we share with 2 people. And folks, for right now, let's not worry about whether we're sharing with a customer or with a distributor, simply because they're the same thing. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I understand that some people, when I approach them, I'm going to have to approach them with the product. Okay. Their mindset is not on building a business, but I've piqued their interest with the thought of being able to lose weight or improve their energy or help support their immune system or become, more athletic or whatever. And they want to hear about the products. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about the business. Conversely, if I'm talking to somebody that's motivated by creating income, I got to make more money. I want to, build my retirement program. I want to build the kids, college. I want to save for a house payment. Retire my spouse so that they can, be home. Whatever their motivation is, it's money. I'm still going to get them on the products. If I get them involved in the product, they will stick around much longer because they will have the belief system. So it's all based around the product. So Christine is my backup today because she's got this. And I'm a smart guy. I know when I understand stuff and I know when I don't. And when I don't, I get the people who do. So let's start with our basic weight management program. It's a little less than $300. It represents 60 meals.
And the focus is $9 a day. So it's $9 a day as opposed to the big picture, right? So $9 a day.
$9 a day. There you go.
We talk price per day.
I like that. $9 a day. And here I want you to think about this for a minute. What does $9 get you? It gets me 25 miles down the road in my M6. Because I gotta pump the
and the
high
way you drive sometimes not even 25 miles.
Well, yeah, I was being kind of generous. I was on the freeway, right? It's a couple of gallons of gas, right? But I mean, can you actually? What do you spend if you go to McDonald's for lunch? I mean, I can't. Back when I did it, McDonald's burgers cost 19 cents. So.
Right. In today's world, people are more like the Starbucks is, the thing. And people think about it. If you think about what people go through a Starbucks drive-through, these days, if you do a Trente Foo La La, that's $9. And is that really serving your body for food or health? Most people don't walk out of a Starbucks with just a coffee. They don't come out with just their coffee. They come out with their foo drink and a breakfast sandwich or one of their pastries or things like that. Maybe even if you're doing something healthy, one of their fresh pressed juices and a salad. That's easily anywhere from $10 to $15. That's one meal. So anyway, I'm sorry.
No, and no, I appreciate this illustration because that's exactly right. $9 a day. What are you going to spend that $9 on? People lose that in pocket change, in the snack machine at work to get them through the afternoon, a Red Bull or something like that. Here, you're feeding your body great nutrition, $9 a day. The package range like about 174 to 190 something, so less than $300. Now, let's say I'm a brand new distributor. You're going to help me make money, Christine.
Okay.
I'm a brand new distributor, and right away I figured out I got two friends that would join me in getting healthy, losing weight, getting more fit. And like the idea of being able to essentially do it for free. $9 a day, if you add it up over the next 30 days, that's, you've saved more money than you spent on the entire basic package.
Correct.
If I share this with two people, what do I make?
So if you share with two people in 1 week, then you're going to make $100 back for what's called a product introduction bonus. Because if you do two people in 1 week, you actually double it. So the product introduction bonus on a basic pack is $25. But if I do it for two people and we do it in 1 week, because most people, when we talk to them, if they're doing it for health reasons or weight management reasons, they're excited and people like to do that together. People go to Weight Watchers together. They go to Jenny Craig together. They go to the gym together. So if you talk to people about who are a couple of your friends or family members who want to do this together for accountability, just for the fun of it, maybe create a little competition, people are going to have at least two people. So if you do it all at one time, then you're going to make $100, but then also you just became a consultant. So you make another $100. So right there, you made $200. You made almost enough to pay off a basic kit. Just not quite, but almost enough. So you're already almost, well, and in my opinion, as in Fred's, I know that my grocery bill has gone down huge since I started using products. So you're really in the black, but if we're going to do strictly money, you're not quite in the black, but almost.
You know, and that's powerful. And let me make a comment real quick here, folks. We're doing this as an illustration. Christine, because she's just, I mean, some of you don't know her background. I mean, she's like big shot in military liaison, and you know, and she was the big dog, right? And so she's got this
I worked with
detailed
the big
stuff
dog.
down. Unlike me, okay? I'm not a real detailed person. And if you could see anything other than exactly what's here, you'd realize details, I put them in that pile over there, right? And over there, right? Because they're interfering with my ability to do stuff now. Um, be real clear on this, okay? We're not going to say you are guaranteed an income. We're not saying that you're guaranteed to get the kinds of results that other people are getting. Everything we do is based upon our personal level of enterprise, desire to follow a system, to be consistent with our daily method of operation. What's exciting to me, and I'll go back 35 years ago, what was exciting to me was when I was told I was in control of my income. It was based upon my efforts and how much I was willing to help others, then I could magnify that well beyond whatever I could personally own. I was excited about that. We'll be specific. I want to refer you to the Isogenics compensation plan, the Zeta compensation plan. Go look at, there you go. Go look at those documents. You'll see everything we're saying exactly right. So if I introduce somebody with the basic weight management package, I'm going to receive for doing that a product introduction bonus of
2 in a week would be, well, for one is $25.
$25. So if I introduce two, it's $50. So I've made $50 by helping two of my friends improve their health, improve their nutrition, save money at the grocery store, and be more healthy. Okay, so that's pretty good. I get $50 for helping out two friends. If I do that in the same week, they will double that product introduction bonus, correct?
Correct. And in both instances, you also have become a consultant, so you also get an additional 100. So in the first, with if the 50, you know, two at not in the same week, the 50, you add 100, so you get 150. Two in the same week, now you're at 200. So they reward. The company understands that speed and momentum, and so the compensation plan and the crystal bonuses are set up to help people. Kind of, I love what Fred talked about, setting goals. That they've actually set goals for us. So if you're not somebody who's really great at organizing and setting your own goals, if you follow their crystal consultant plan, there's a 30-day goal, a 60-day goal, a 120-day goal, and a 180-day goal. And if you hit those goals within that time frame, you get extra money for just doing what you're going to do anyway if you're going to build the business.
And let me kind of add a little clarity there. We have the basic compensation plan, okay, which was that product introduction bonus, $25 for each person. That's a total of $50. If you enrolled both of them in the same week, your product introduction bonus is doubled, so that's $100. Layered on top of that plan is the crystal bonus plan. And what it is, it's an additional incentives, more money, read more money for doing the same thing within specified times. And so when you help two people get on that plan, okay, they've done in a 30-day period of time, they've done 100 BV, that makes you a consultant because you've shared with two people. Now, being a consultant is cool, but if you do it within the first 30 days, Christine, if you do it within the first 30 days, they'll give you an extra $100.
Correct.
That's
if you don't do it within 30 days, you still get $50. So there's a $50 bonus for just become a consultant at any point.
Okay, good.
That's part of the basic compensation plan. So they basically double everything at the consultant level. That's a little bit different than the rest of the levels. But so it's people, a lot of the people that I've met talk about their Eat for Free program, because if you do this, you really can get your groceries, which when you start using the program, it really is. It's your breakfast, it's your lunch, it's your snacks. So you're basically eating for free. And in today's environment, a lot of people could use an eat for free program, superfood nutrition delivered to your door, so you don't have to worry about going to the grocery store and wearing a mask and washing your hands a million times. So it's kind of cool to have your stuff just delivered. So that's another thing that we can help people with today.
Am I the only person that's a little scared seeing everybody running around in a mask?
Yeah,
I can't imagine working in a stop and rob and seeing all the people coming in with masks. They particularly tell you don't come in with a mask on Halloween, right? Okay, so first step, you share. 2 people, get those 2 people to join with our basic pack in 1 week, and you become a consultant. There's $200.
Yep.
That's totally cool. Now, what happens when we help those 2 people share with 2 others?
So then you become you become a manager. Okay. If you do it if you do it within 60 days, you become a crystal manager. But so we'll talk about that, because that's kind of what the
Let's
plan
work from the bottom up. If
Okay.
I help my 2 people, they, both of them got on the product, they're starting to get really good results, and they say, I got 2 friends that want, they got 2 friends each that want to join. They will make money just like we did. Okay. They're going to become a consultant.
So they each get $100, and then we get $200, what's called a consultant development bonus. So for up to 20 people, we can help 20 of our friends and family or people we just met at the stop and rob become consultants. And for every single person we help, they share. So they find 2. We get $100. That's an extra $2,000 out there that anybody could make. You go help 20 people become consultants, and you just earn $20, and you can do it in a day, you can do it in a week, you can do it in a month. So there's that. So, and then as a crystal manager, if you do that within the 60-day period, you get a $250 bonus. So that would be when I did it within the crystal manager. So I got a $450 bonus for that.
You made $450 last night for hitting crystal manager?
I had already hit crystal manager. We'll talk about director. There's more money there.
Okay, let's back up here, because I want to talk about the brand new person, what you can do today. So you shared with 2, you did it in 1 week, you got the extra bonus, $200. Now, it's the next week. We're going to help those 2 share with their 2. Exactly. That's going to make each one of them a consultant. And because we help those people become a consultant by simply helping our new person get 2 customers, how much do we normally make for each one?
You get $100 each.
$100 each. So if I help, not the crystal bonus.
Nope.
Okay. So I'm going to make $100 for helping Mary get her first 2 customers, and another $100 for helping Jim get his 2 customers. So by helping my 2 friends get their 2 people, I made as much money as helping them get started.
Correct.
Oh, now see, I like that, because I'm making as much money helping other people as I am helping myself.
Yep.
I like that. Now, so there's another $200 for just helping them. That's in the form of the consultant development bonus. Okay. Now there's a crystal bonus associated with that, right?
There is,
because if I have 2 consultants, I just became a manager.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I'm now a manager because I've got 2 consultants. How about that? You can be a manager. This is like the government. You can be a manager if you got 2 people you supervise, right?
Right.
And okay, now there's a crystal consultant bonus or a crystal bonus involved with that. What would that be?
$250.
So I'm making $100 a piece for helping my 2 friends get their first 2 customers. And if I do that within what, the first 30 days?
That's actually 60 days.
60 days, yep. I will get another $250. I don't think I want to wait 60 days to help my 2 friends get their 2 customers. So that's $450, right?
Yep.
What else is in there? Is that the consultant development bonus is the $100, right?
Correct.
Okay, very good. Now, I could do this again. I could get 2 more friends, right?
You could get 2 more friends, but you really need 4 more to get to the next, to director, which would be the next level. But if you do it with 2 more friends, you'll still get 2 consultant development bonuses, which would be $200 more.
If I help 2 more friends, I'm gonna get consultant development bonuses, because I won't get the crystal bonus on that a second time.
Correct.
Okay.
So just for the levels of development in their rank structure, 2 people, you help 2, you become a manager. Okay. You help 6 and you become a director, and then you help 10. Now structure matters for the highest level, which is executive. You have to have 5 on your one side and 5 on your other side, but you help 10 people basically. And so we're at the 2 for crystal manager as we go to crystal director. So if I help 4 more, my next goal in your goal setting would be, okay, I'm at crystal manager. I want to go out and create 4 more consultants. So I'm going to find 4 more people that I'm going to personally help become consultants, which means I share, so you share, they share. I'm going to help you share, they share 4 more times. That's going to be $400 more. And wait for it, the crystal director bonus is $750. So that's $1,150 on top of all of the other bonuses we've talked about. And I'm not including the product introduction bonuses that I would get for starting those 4 people off with their initial product.
Folks, now you understand why I asked Christine.
It's a lot of money.
Because,
and I'm sorry if I'm trying to be as clear as I can.
Oh no, yeah, I was going to say, if it was up to me and I didn't have Christine here, I'd say, and you're going to make a lot more money. And if you do this, it's going to be even more money. And y'all wouldn't have gotten any information. Okay, all of this is available online. Pull down the compensation plan. What I wanted to do this morning was give you an outline on the 5 steps to get started. Okay, number 1, develop why. That's the most important of the steps. Why will keep you at this long enough to get the results that Christina's had. Then have some goals. Number 3, create a list. And I've got a 10-minute video on that on my YouTube channel. Develop your daily method of operation. There's lots of trainings on that on my YouTube channel. But it comes down to being real simple. 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day. What are you going to put in? Plan those hours before you start your day. Then do it. Okay. Show up for work. The number 3, the plan. Okay. And we're going to go through this again because I want to show you how you could realistically, in your first 30 days with some effort. Okay. You're going to have to put effort into it. You could realistically create $500 or $1,000 of profit in your business with, frankly, not doing a lot of numbers in your first 30 days. Do you realize that most businesses in America are investing anywhere from, tens of thousands of dollars to hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a business, and they don't see profitability for 5 to 10 years if they stay in business? Here we've got a recession-proof, a zombie apocalypse-proof business that you can start for the price of 1 tire on my car. 1 tire. You guys should see my car. It's got really cool tires. For the price of 1 tire on my car, and be in profitability instantly and make $500 to $1,000 in profit in your first 30 days. And we're going to do it one more time because the program is this simple. You share with 2, they share with 2. That's it. You try to complicate this thing up, you're going to mess the deal up. So if I share with 2 people, I get 2 people. How about the 2 people that help me with Mom in the Home, because they're both on the Isogenics weight management program right now? Of course they are. 2 people. If I get them in the first, let's do it by the numbers. Okay, if I introduce 1 person, I make a product introduction bonus. What is that for the basic pack?
$25.
So if I introduce 2, I make $50. if I do those two people within the same week, I get another bonus.
You get, yep, you double it, so it's 100.
So it's $100.
Plus you become a consultant.
But I've also become a consultant, and I receive, now is that consultant bonus for, well, I can only become a consultant once, right?
Yeah,
okay, so I make $100 because I had two people.
Yep.
So
Yes,
it's a total of $200.
Correct.
Assuming I do it in the same week.
Correct.
It'd be $150 if I did one this week and one next week.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Now, if I then take the next step in the program, you share with two, then they share. I help them share with two people. They will become consultants. In addition to the income they make, because their money doesn't pay my bills, right? Mine's one of my favorite lines. I need money, honey. Your love don't pay my bills. There's another story there. We'll go on. Now, I'm going to help those two people become consultants. So by getting there too. Now, I'm going to get what for helping them become a consultant?
You get $100 each.
So there's another $200. But if I help them become consultants within my first 60 days,
30 days,
30 days, I get a crystal consultant bonus,
crystal manager
bonus,
$250.
$250. So just by doing that, just that simple step, I'm looking here at my notes, that's $650 by sharing with two people and helping them share with two people.
I think from the big picture perspective, what's really powerful for people today right now is when you talk about, we have all of these, you know, there's a regular compensation plan, which is very good. It's the product introduction bonuses, but the crystal bonuses, which are available to everyone, and the time clock starts the day that you enroll. The extra money is $4,100. What difference could $4,100 make to a family? And you can do that as fast as you want, or you can take the full 180 days. They give you 6 months to earn all that. And I think if people are following the system that Fred laid out, if you follow the steps, there's no reason you can't do it. I will say, like, as we said before, we don't make medical claims, we don't make financial claims, but it's a realistic, because all you have to do is you share, they share 10 times. You share, they share 10 times. You'll be at the $3,100. And if you do you share, they share 10 more times, then you max it out at the $4,100. So if you share, they share 20 times in 180 days, you get $4,100. And this is new to me, so I'll be honest. I believe that actually you might have more to do the second 10, but I would, to be safe, to be clear, so I don't mislead anyone, I would say to max the 41, and that's $4,100 extra dollars. We didn't even talk, we talked about product introduction bonus. We didn't even talk about the residuals that will kick in for you somewhere between Crystal Manager and Crystal Director, which doesn't mean anything to you. It means between 6 and 12 people on your team. That's where the magic happens, because there's a part of the compensation plan that's the residual passive income piece, where as people keep ordering their superfood nutrition groceries to their door because you introduced someone who introduced somebody, Isagenix is going to pay you, and a thank you check is going to show up every Friday in your bank account for the work that you did residually. And that's really where the magic happens. We're talking about the work you put in, but there's a long-term residual passivity that you get from this that you don't get anywhere else. And that's kind of, and that to me is very powerful. $4,100 of extra dollars and passive income that starts in the 6 to 12 person range on your team, not even personally by you. You just have to have 2 to click into that.
And folks, Christine just touched on, and we're not going to go into depth on it today, but that is the power of a home-based business and network marketing. If you are willing to be consistent over a prolonged period of time, you will get to an environment where no matter what happens, your paycheck keeps coming in. 3.5 years ago, I had some issues here with mom, and I basically had to check out for a few months. Literally check out for a few months. My income went up. here during this, since, mid-January or so, we've all been hunkered down. My income has been going up every single cycle over, the previous cycle. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not, I'm doing what I've been doing. Okay. The concept, if you knew what residual income could mean in terms of your personal, feelings of security and empowerment and control over your life, you would never, ever do anything but network marketing. It blows me away that people will work at a job and they know all they got to do is make their, I was about to say piss off, make their boss mad, and they're out of a job and their world comes apart. And yet they keep doing it every single day. Folks, we got just a couple of minutes left. If there's a question for Christine, I want you to pop it into your chat box. Do it right now. We are going to close off at the top of the hour because I promised that I wouldn't stay any longer. So, Christine, you're doing such an incredible job. Maybe you can give one or two thoughts to people about what they should be doing right now in terms of reaching out to people during this, during the zombie apocalypse.
In talking to my team, I think one, thought process we have to flip the switch on for the pivot is that a lot of people are thinking, because of the zombie apocalypse, the news is, all negative, that people aren't working, so I can't really talk to someone about product, or I can't talk to people about, money, business, because everybody's unemployed. But the reality is, if you think about it, now it depends on who your circle of friends are. If your circle of friends are in the service industry, you're right, they're probably unemployed, but they need you more than ever. And the reality is, but most people actually, a lot of people are still getting a check. If they're .gov, .edu, if they're retired, most people are still, they're still solvent. So don't be afraid to talk to people and share, and because you can help them. On the product side, as I mentioned, superfood nutrition delivered to their door, super healthy, great price. They don't have, it limits if they're concerned about going out. And then if they are somebody who's impacted with this, you can help them, as we just showed you, put money in the bank, not like in 60 days, 30 days, like next Friday. And really, to start the business, to open up the comp plan to yourself, it's just, really, the best way to start is with a pack. But if somebody could redirect $150 of their grocery money to invest in some superfood nutrition that they can eat their overhead, so they're not buying $150 or $200 or $300 of stuff that's going to sit in their garage, they're going to use it, it's going to sub something else out. It opens up this entire compensation plan for them. It opens up the ability to earn money. They don't have to start with 500 or 1,000 or 2,000. So how many people could you help? How much difference would a couple of $100, $200, $300, $500 make at this time right now, fast? I think huge. So I think people need to open their mind and be sensitive when we talk to people, not using fear of missing out. But, and going back to people you talked about residual who maybe didn't get it before, but might get it now because residual income in their world would have made a huge difference right now. So that's kind of what I would say.
That's powerful stuff. And you're absolutely correct. There is there's a percentage of our population that lost their income now. Okay. And here's a thought for you. Why don't you be that person that next time something like this happens, that you've created the financial resources that none of your friends or family members will have to go without because you can provide for them. I like the sound of that. All right, folks, listen, we're going to give it a wrap for today. I hope this has been helpful. We're going to post this to to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Fred Holmes CJ. It'll be up there in a couple of hours. Christine, thank you so much. I don't know whether she's to your left or your right. She's to my, well, actually, she's this way to me, but thank you so much, Christine. I always have the best time when you hang out with me, and thank you so much for being supportive of the actual numbers, which I was not going to be able to do today. You're the best.
We're all learning together.
That's exactly right. All right, folks, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you Wednesday evening. Go to clubmoringa.com at 9:30 Eastern for Pat Talks with Pat Anderson. Yes. Thursday evening, Biz Talks, go to fredholmes.com/webinar for our business presentation. And then one more time Saturday morning, right back here at 10 o'clock, we'll be doing it again. Take care. Christine, give my best to Troy. We'll see you.
See ya.